Welcome back to the Notary Podcast hosted by me, Daniel C. Lewis. Love seeing you back each and every week. And this week, we're going to talk about, continue the series, on conferences. This week, we're going to talk about how to make conferences, notary conferences that is, more affordable. You're not going to want to miss this one. Cue the music. Welcome back to the Notary Podcast hosted by me, Daniel C. Lewis. We love doing this each and every week for you. And this week, like none other week, I hope you like the subject matter. If you like the subject matter, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. Doing that just helps us so much. Like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. Share it in your groups. This week, we're going to be talking about conferences, our continuing series on conferences. Because it's the springtime, a lot of people are going to conferences during the springtime and the summertime. It's a great way to really build your business. And last week, we talked about the 6 things, reasons why you should go to a conference: networking with industry leaders, staying updated in industry changes, learning new skills and business strategies, access to exclusive tools and research, gaining inspiration and motivation, and of course, positioning yourself as a notarial expert in your area. But this week, we're going to talk about something that I hear a lot at our notary meetups, at our notary lunch and learns that we put on here. We're going to talk about making conferences affordable. A lot of times when people are shifting from coming out of a corporate America industry and going into notary, becoming a notary entrepreneur, it's kind of hard to make that shift to say, I'm going to go to these conferences, because now conferences, they cost a lot more registration and lodging and airfare. They cost a lot more than they used to cost back in 2003. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit. We're going to make sure that the cost of the conferences are much more controllable, if that makes sense. So let's start here. I'm going to give you about 8 reasons or 8 things that you can do to control your costs and the word I'm looking for is manage the cost of conferences. Attending notary conferences can be a valuable investment, and that's what it is, an investment, but costs can add up quickly. So here's a couple of things that you can do to manage those costs more effectively. First, for all conferences that I see, notary conferences, whether they are regional or national conferences, you can make sure you're keeping yourself up to date on when the conferences are, and you do early bird registration. Most conferences offer discount rates for early registration. Plan ahead and take advantage of these lower prices before they increase closer to the event date. The closer they get to the event date, sometimes the registration goes up. And the reason for that, they have to manage the area or manage the rooms that they have. They have to have a head count up front on when and what rooms they get and how many people they can attend. So early bird registration, save yourself some money. That's the first thing. Number 2, look for a group discount. Some conferences offer group rates if you register with a team or a group of fellow notaries. Consider coordinating the local notary association or networking groups to save on registration fees. That's always good when you have a group mindset, like we do notary meetups here in Indiana. We do lunch and learns. If you can get with a group of people, say, hey, I want to attend that conference. Maybe if you have a group going to whoever is hosting the conference and saying we want group rate, the chances are higher if you go as a group. And you say we can guarantee 10 or more people going to this conference. See if we can get a group rate on that. So look for group discounts. Number 3, attend virtually, or sometimes they have hybrid events. If travel costs are concerned, if the conference offers a virtual attendance option, many conferences now provide live streaming or recorded sessions at a lower cost than in-person attendance. So look and see if they have a live streaming way they can do it so that you can actually attend the conference. I prefer being in person myself because you get so much more, but if that's not an option for you, live streaming can be a great option for you. Number 4, apply for scholarships or sponsorships. A lot of people don't think of this, but a lot of times there are scholarships and sponsorships opportunity for you. Some notary organizations, state notary associations, or industry sponsors offer scholarships to help cover conference expenses. Research available opportunities and apply early. I know of some state organizations, state notary organizations that do offer scholarship opportunities. They do offer group scholarship opportunities, fundraisers. They send people to these notary conferences because it means so much. Make sure you research that and apply for scholarships and scholarship opportunities. Number 5, share lodging and transportation costs. If traveling, split the cost of a hotel or Airbnb with other attendees. You can also carpool if you find discount flights deals by booking early or using travel reward points. When I first attended conferences, I would, and this is just one of the things I did when I attended conference, I would look at the conference location. And I remember doing this a couple of times, and one time in particular, I remember when the conference was, National Notary Conference was in Washington, D.C. I looked up at the hotel that they were staying at, and then I put in the zip code and put hotels near the zip code, and I found a hotel right across the street from the hotel that they were doing the conference in. That hotel was $100 cheaper than the hotel the conference was in, and it had more amenities. It had a breakfast, it had a dinner evening meal, snack, free internet, and the hotel the conference was in, you had to pay for all these extra amenities. So sometimes it's good to be a little frugal and look like that. Sometimes, and now they have Airbnbs that might be more affordable with kitchenettes and things like that. So just make sure you, as a business person, are conducting yourself, especially if you're budget-minded, you're conducting yourself as a business person. So look for ways you can do that. Some people even get together with a couple of notaries in their area, and they split the hotel cost, and they get a room together, which makes the hotel, the lodging, split in half. So that can also help. I know some notaries have done that. Look for, if you're an employee, look for employer or business tax deductions. If you work for a company that benefits from your notary services, ask if they cover or reimburse your conference expenses. I know several notaries that work for a company, maybe even the county or the state, and they use their notary services. I've known people to ask their supervisors, hey, I'm going to this conference, can you help pay for that since you're using my notary services? And it's a write-off for the company. I know sometimes people feel a little strange about asking their employees to help the employer to help them pay for a conference, but if they're using your notary service, this is a benefit to them, and a lot of times they would just pay. They just need somebody to ask. You just need to ask responsibly. So, and I've known notaries to do that for years that come to conferences that their employers pay for that. Number 7, maybe you want to consider volunteering at the conference. Some conferences offer discounts or free registration for volunteers. Check if the event needs help with check-ins, session monitoring, or other duties in exchange for attendance. I know a lot of conferences, if you approach the hosting or the person that organizing the conference, if you say, hey, I want to participate, whether volunteering in the morning, putting packets together, session monitoring, they will give you a discount on that conference. So I've seen a lot of people do that. Number 8, and this is the final one, seek vendor or affiliate opportunities. If you sell products or services related to notary work, consider getting a vendor booth or becoming an affiliate. Some conferences offer discounts or free admission to vendors or affiliates. This is another way to look at how to get into the conference. In fact, I have come across this person last year who couldn't get into the conference but became a vendor of the conference and was able to attend a lot of the conference workshops. So that is a thing. You can seek an affiliation or become a vendor to get that. Just thinking outside the box. So let me go over this thing again. The 8 reasons, 8 ways you can really attend the conference and manage those costs. Early bird registration, look for group discounts, attend virtual or hybrid events, apply for scholarships or sponsorships, share lodging and transportation costs, look for employer or business tax deductions, volunteer at the conference, or seek to be a vendor or affiliate. By planning ahead and using these cost-saving strategies, you can make your conference more affordable while gaining valuable knowledge and networking opportunities. I can't tell you how much I've gained by going to the conference. In fact, a little secret, every year since 2003, I've attended a conference. I've grown my business by at least 10 to 20% each and every year, and I've been tracking that. So using these cost-cutting measures will help you at these conferences. Hopefully you liked this podcast today. If you did like the podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. We love doing this each and every week, and that goes such a long way when you like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. We're going to end this series on conferences next week, where we're going to talk about what to do during the conference and right after the conference. Hopefully you like this podcast. See you again next week.